Hello and welcome to the Vibe of the 3 and 5 podcast. I'm Cam.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to be reviewing the Syracuse versus Georgetown game. Big victory for Syracuse, which was great. Final score was 83-64. It's a big rivalry game. Syracuse is now 6-4. Glad Syracuse could come out on top. Player of the game has to be Jesse Edwards. He had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 blocks, and he played 32 minutes. He continues to be consistent like that. He had another double-double. Jesse's just playing great this year. Hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, great game for Jesse again. I mean, he's doing his job out there. He's always scoring the ball when he needs to and grabbing the boards. And he's leading the ACC in blocks, so he's doing very well in that category as well. And like that, he came into the game averaging about 2.5 blocks a game. So that number is just going to increase from that 5 block game. So great work, Jesse. And another thing is that he's 6'11", 230, but he is still, when there is a shooter unguarded out on the three-point line and he's in the middle of the paint, he is able to run from the middle of the paint to contest that shooter. I mean, we saw that in the Georgetown game. He got a block on a three-point shot, and he literally ran out there, and, not a lot of centers his size would be able to do that. I mean, it just shows that Jesse puts in the work and that he is the real deal for a great shot blocking center. We're going to go through some other player stats. So Judah Mintz, all right, he did very well. 16 points, 10 assists, so he had a double-double. 1 rebound, 5 steals, 31 minutes. So congratulations, Judah. You got your first double-double in college. So keep it up.
Yeah, Judah played really good. Joe Girard played pretty good. He had 15 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and played 37 minutes. Joe's been more consistent recently after getting out of the slump he was in. So I'm glad to see, Joe, Judah, and Jesse play pretty good in the same game.
It's
Also,
like
Benny.
after we made that podcast about how Joe is in a slump and we titled it that, he's been way better after that.
Yeah,
so maybe our podcast did something.
I think a lot of people are on his back. Like when you're making headlines about basically you sucking at basketball recently, I'd want to make a change. But
Exactly.
Benny Williams had a really good game with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and he played 22 minutes.
Yeah, I know I said this last game that it was his best game, but this game, Benny brought the energy into the dome. He had a couple of dunks that were huge. We were up by a lot, but he still brought the intensity and he hyped up the crowd with these dunks. There was one in particular where he threw it back and then slammed it down hard, and then he yelled after, and he ended up hitting a Georgetown player, he not on purpose or anything. It was all unintentional, and the Georgetown player knew that and everything, but he hyped everybody up with that. Samir was on the bench, you just got dunked on and all that. So great job with Benny. Keep up that intensity because it's really helpful for us.
Yeah. I love when the players do that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
They should be hyped. Let's go, guys. It's just great to see. Chris Bell did decent. He had 8 points, 3 rebounds, and he played 22 minutes.
Yeah, he continues to struggle shooting. He was 1 for 3 from 3-point range and then 2 for 7 for field goals. So I think he needs to come off the bench. I mean, he's not a terrible player. He's doing okay. But somebody like John Bull or Justin Taylor, I think, would be better in the starting lineup. They seem to mesh better with the guys that are in the starting lineup. I think Bell needs to go out there with that second group.
John Bullock, he's been great. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and he played 20 minutes. I like what I've been seeing from him. You kind of know what you're getting from him. He always plays great defense, but he's a team player. He'll pass the ball. I just really like how he plays.
Exactly. And that, he's 6'10", but he's out there passing the ball like a guard. His passing vision is great. One thing I saw yesterday was that Jesse will have his arms up in the paint, and Bull will just kind of throw it up there like a little catch, and then Jesse, he's already up, and then he can just put it in the basket. Bull knows exactly where to place the ball for Jesse. It's great. He has the ball carrier vision and the passing vision of a guard, but he knows where to put it because he's also a big. So I love that out of Bull.
Little funny story with him in the game yesterday. I was watching it, and it was in the first half. They were on the defensive side, and he loses his shoe, right? And I'm like, holy crap, like he just lost his shoe. But he went, running down the court, back on offense, didn't stop him. He was playing. I could tell, could tell he was slipping on the court there a little bit because he had like his sock on, he's slipping. But he kept running. They were back on defense. He just kept playing. And then there was finally like a timeout or a call. And then he got his shoe back on. But I mean, if that doesn't show dedication, I don't know what does.
Exactly. It reminded me of the moment in the 2016, I think it was, March Madness where Tyler Lydon lost his shoe. So a lot of great Syracuse shoeless moments.
The best of them. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Headed on to Monir Hema. He had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 blocks, and played 8 minutes. He continues to be a good player. He's great to come off the bench when Jesse needs a break. He's pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's been efficient, like scoring the ball. Like he won't give you 10, 12 points, but when he gives you 4, 5, 6 points, he is 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 from shooting it. And I think he needs more minutes. Like obviously Jesse is our big guy and he's our star, but maybe if John Bull is in trouble and foul trouble, they put him in the power forward, or they go 2 bigs and they go Jesse and Monir at the same time.
He's good to have. Symir Torrance, 2 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, a steal, played 12 minutes. Although he's not like a big scorer, he's a great player for Syracuse to have. He plays good with the other teammates, isn't afraid to pass the ball, isn't afraid to be aggressive and kind of move through. I like Symir.
Yeah, he's an amazing leader. He's like a great point guard, perfect point guard for Syracuse to have. Like when Syracuse was down big in the first against this game, they put him and John Bull in, and even though Symir didn't score all 20 points or whatever to come back, he still led them to come back. Like he was out there calling the plays and making sure everybody knew what they were doing. Like perfect leader for Syracuse. Like
exactly.
His leadership is next level. Like, yeah, Joe is a good leader, but Symir's leadership is on another level. He needs more minutes for sure. Like another guy that needs more minutes out there.
Definitely. Justin Taylor, he did not make it into the scoring column, but he did play. He ended up having a steal and assist, and he played 16 minutes.
Yeah, he had a bit of an off game, but it's not really – I'm not mad at him for it. Like, he's a freshman. He's played well when he has played, like, previously in previous games, but he was 0 for 3 from the field. He kind of stopped shooting after that, but, yeah, kind of an off game for Taylor, but nothing we should be terribly concerned about.
Foul trouble. So Syracuse got in a little bit of foul trouble this game. Kind of started in the beginning, but I don't think anyone fouled out. So
no, not for us. It seems like a lot of the refs call literally everything on Jesse Edwards, like as I call them, knick-knack paddywhack fouls, which is you didn't do anything wrong, but you still got called for it. But one thing that I saw is that Patrick Ewing is the coach of Georgetown, who used to play for the Knicks, like big center, like really good Hall of Fame center. And after the game, Ewing said Jesse reminded Patrick Ewing of himself when he was in college. And then the word got back to Jesse, and Jesse was like, really? Like, he said that? Like, that's awesome. So, like, Ewing comparing himself to Jesse, like, that meant a lot to Jesse, and he thought that was really cool. And it is, because Ewing was a Hall of Famer and a great player. So it's great to hear Jesse getting compared to that.
Gotta hype him up. I mean, he deserves the hype.
Exactly.
So going through the fouls, Ajak had 4, Judah Mintz had 4, Jesse had 3, handful of players, had 1. So because of kind of this foul trouble, obviously we didn't want anyone to foul out. We saw a lot of different lineups that I don't think you traditionally see Syracuse have. They kind of were forced to switch it up, but I thought a lot of them were good. One that really
I liked a lot of them.
Yeah, one that really stuck out to me when three specific players were on, the players Symir Torrance, John Bolajok, and Jesse Edwards. Just the chemistry between them, like that. They knew how to pass. Most of the time they were, feeding the ball to Jesse because they knew he'd probably be most likely to score. And like that, this is when they were down real bad in the first half. But those three guys, once they were in, they really brought us back, and it was really good to see.
Yeah, great job. And another one that was in was three. I think it was Hema, John Bull, Judah. I liked that one a lot too. Going bigger. Like even though Jesse is
Yeah.
big, Hema and John Bull together. Like that's something you got there. I mean, both guys will give you everything they have. So I really like that too. I mean, it sucks that they were in foul trouble, but I like to see the different lineups that Jim puts out there.
Yeah.
The way I'm thinking is that if Syracuse keeps playing like that, they're getting better every single game they play. I mean, we started off kind of rough, but every game we get better. Ever since that first couple of losses, we've played pretty well. If they continue to improve each game and we get a win like a Virginia or a Duke or a North Carolina or a Miami or somebody like that, somebody bigger, watch out because we could see little sneaky Syracuse sneaking into the tournament. You know how we get in March. It could be a little sneaky show where we get in like that. Watch out for our big wins. We could get a NCAA tournament bid. We could win the conference championship. I mean, I think we can if we keep improving. So watch out for Syracuse because we're not going down without a fight.
Woo.
All right. Even though it's a rivalry game, we don't really like Georgetown. We'll still go over their stats, not as detailed as usual because Georgetown's a rival and no Syracuse fan really cares. So their leading scorer was Primo Spears with 22 points, and the Hoyas were in very bad foul trouble. I mean, we were in foul trouble, but they were in foul trouble very bad. So they had two guys that fouled out, which really helped us, and they were leading scorers and starters. So Brandon Murray and Quadis Wahab, I think is how you say it. They fouled out, which Murray averaged like 16 or 18 points a game for them and ended up fouling out with like a decent amount of time. Like both of them fouled out with a decent amount of time left. Like they still could have done something, but it really hurt them when they fouled out.
Yep. Good for Syracuse, though. Great game. I really feel most of the players played really well. Next game, Syracuse takes on Monmouth at the Dome Monday night, and they are 1-8. So if Syracuse doesn't win this game and win by like at least 20 points, then I'll be a little bit concerned, but hopefully it will be a blowout for Syracuse. Maybe the walk-ons will play, That's always fun to see.
One correction, though, is that when I was typing the script, because we use a script for this, Monmouth was 1-8. They lost last night, so now they're 1-9.
Oh,
and they lost by like 40 points to Princeton.
Wow.
So they're 1-9 now. And
okay.
a little something is that the Vibe with the 315 podcast will be in attendance at the Dome. So very exciting for us. So we'll have our little game review up, and yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this episode. Emal, do you have anything to add?
Just to follow our other social medias, Instagram and TikTok especially. We post on that pretty frequently, so please support that.
Yeah.
We appreciate it very much.
But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if you want to see anything specific or any questions you have or whatever. Comment whatever. Like Emal said, our socials and our email will be in the description below. So reach out to us, follow us. And there'll be a game review of the Monmouth game going up sometime. I mean, I don't know when yet, but it'll be happening and going up soon. So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, we're out.